everybody.
Uh, Welcome to episode 23, live from Rabs, from inside Rabs Country Lanes, with Nazareth, Laursen, and myself. This is, I missed you.
I know we went a whole day without seeing each other.
We really did.
That was a little sad for me. I had to keep track of the goings on Facebook though.
Yes,
I did keep track. I did keep track of it.
Yeah, this was so we were here every day, daily until further notice. So yesterday was technically until further notice, since we didn't come live. We broke our streak for live from Rabs technically. So there goes the Guinness Book of Records.
We're gonna have to start over again, but hopefully we won't be here long enough to break that record.
No, we don't. We really don't. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So So welcome to the show that starts at whatever time we want it to start.
Correct.
We're getting cold, guys. We're getting cold out again. Welcome to the who knows what time this thing starts show.
Well, you can be guaranteed that it will start before 2:10, pretty much.
Live whenever it matters.
Live whenever in Rabs.
Nice.
What friends we have. What friends? Ken Soto, greetings, salutations, and some more jazz while locked in the same house. Yeah, we talked to Ken last week, and at least we think that's Ken typing. So Joanne hasn't killed him yet.
Right.
We don't
Although she may be covering it up. We haven't heard his voice.
Yeah.
So, we did hear his voice last week.
Last week, yeah, we had him on the show.
Yes,
but since then, we don't know. So we're gonna have to check in with Kenny and some other folks. Our friend John Wilder's popped in. John has got to be bored at home every Monday night because usually he does the update for the Monday night show.
I got an idea. Why don't we have them do previews for us?
We should.
For our show.
So, John, if you're still here and you're listening, we might have we don't want to steal thunder from the Monday night.
No, we wouldn't want to do that.
But this is truly the ratings bonanza, and we hope that maybe we'll have you do a little preview.
And maybe Kenny Soto would like to do one too.
Mr. Gorgeous, they call him?
Mr. Gorgeous, yes. Mr. Gorgeous.
We do miss hearing your voice Monday nights prior to the live stream. Monday nights before the draft league, and Michelle says that Kenny is alive and well. Again, still unsure if that's truly true. You and Joanne are friends too, Michelle. So that may not be true. Well, Nazareth, how was I have to say, we had an awesome week last week here live from Rabs. We had some great guests. We ended it with a birthday celebration on Saturday,
and that cake was delicious.
And we had Easter Sunday yesterday. So, how was the rest of your weekend? How was your Easter Sunday?
My Easter Sunday was nice. It was quiet and, of course, a little sad because not getting to be with the whole family and the grandchildren. So that's a little different. Easter is one of those holidays where we kind of get together early and then everybody kind of goes to their in-laws later in the day. But yeah, it was a little, it was just me, my mom, Liz, and Ray. We had our little dinner, and it was nice. Had a relaxing day, but, days like that, you feel like you want to celebrate with the whole family. So I always am a little sad when it's like that. So how was yours? I know you were.
Same here. It started off great. You know what? I want to, if you haven't seen, I want to share this. So, yesterday, this all started with, of course, another crazy idea that came out of Nazareth's mouth, and a lot of times that requires someone else to go and execute.
Not always. I would have been happy to do it. I would have been happy to do it.
It would be a great idea if we would, maybe just surprise some people. We've been trying to get Harry back into the bowling center during quarantine, and we haven't been totally successful. Harry's been quarantined himself. And which is good. We want Harry to be safe
absolutely
and healthy. We were able to get Harry out yesterday. We got up early, and Harry and I got in the car and spread some Easter cheer. I'm gonna Naz, let's share the video.
Yes.
Of the fun we had, of the fun I had yesterday.
Good morning. So we're
with
not
Harry.
live today. We are live outside the Rise, and Harry and I are on the side. Good morning, Harry. Happy Easter, and we'll catch up with you later. This is my favorite part.
Vin needed to get out of the house.
Oh,
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was
And
awesome.
thank you, Frank, for putting my idea into effect. And thank you. Can I say who that was?
Harry.
And we thank Harry for coming out on a Easter Sunday and spreading some joy. It was really cool because we did hear from some of the people, and it was really cool.
We heard from everybody. We actually heard from everybody that
good.
we made our way throughout Staten Island, and that video is just a little bit of what happened behind the scenes. If I was a little worried about getting a ticket for driving with the camera. And, I had I had no problem using the stabilizer yesterday, Naz.
All
in the
right,
car,
I understand
driving,
what
it
you're
worked fine.
saying.
There was no when Naz was interviewing Jimmy. If anybody could, there was some slapping happening and movements and gyration. I don't know what was going on, but it worked very well. I was a little worried about getting pulled over, but there were no cops out. So and I would always drop some. Yesterday, I would have dropped several names, but we really had a good time. And as a result, we actually got, as a result of what we got some TikToks out of that. So we were able to crop some video and use them. So check out our TikTok. You can see Harry doing what he was doing. We got caught essentially by a couple of people. We were trying to do it where nobody would come out and notice us. One, we didn't want to be hugging anybody. Harry needs to stay safe, and so do I. And so we got out early. We made our rounds, and surprisingly, there weren't more people out. I expected some people doing some egg hunts in the front yard, which I did see, but they weren't the houses we were going to. The first time, towards the end of the last two visits, we got caught. We get to the Tierney residence, and Harry gets out of the car, and I see a little face in the window, and little Holly is looking intensely at Harry, and she knows Harry, and I start laughing. I said, Harry, we got to be quick. We got caught. We got seen. I was expecting the little child to come down the stairs and running outside. Little did I know afterwards they were watching Mass. And so Holly says, the bowling guy's outside. The bowling guy's outside. And Harry and I were actually trying to play what was happening. And we were almost right. She said that, and her parents were like, yeah, right, whatever, kid. Like as if she was joking and seeing things. So sure enough, Holly and Lily were very excited. We did get a photo of them after. And so thank you for everybody for indulging us and taking on, accepting the little surprise. We did get some other folks upset that we didn't knock on the door, but we took a picture of Harry outside their house and then text it to them or message it to them through us and everybody else. And so it was a little fun, and you never know what might happen next.
There could be something else happening.
Now you know what flocking is like.
Yeah. Well, the beauty of it is, so our flockers that go out and flock people with the flamingos, you guys do it at night typically, and in daytime, but you guys, yeah, there's a lot more danger happening. I don't know. This was different because people are quarantined. People have no choice. You guys are getting chased by cars and dogs and getting threats of police.
Our head flockers out all day long.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
out at night where it's all scary.
Stacy comes back and tells some stories, man, and I just look at her, and then she loses all faith because she hears, like, she goes through this traumatic experience. Harry and I did not have any traumatic experiences except for when I sent Harry to go check out the turkeys and talk to the turkeys. That was a little traumatizing for Harry. But anyway, that was my fun Easter morning, and we got to celebrate with my brother and my sister. My brother was working, so my sister-in-law and the kids who have already been in the house. So we kind of been quarantining together between the two houses, and it was great. They were up late, probably a little too late, but it really was great. So. Not the same. We talked about not having the traditional pizza rustica that we make with our family and getting together. And so anyway, so happy Easter. We hope you had a great holiday. I did see a lot of those Zoom calls with families, which was cool too.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice.
Anyway, we could talk about Easter and nothing for the rest of the day, but I don't think that's why you're here with us. You might be. Actually, I think you are, because you do like hearing from us. We get some great messages. And I got to now, here's another one. Joanne Soto texted me and said that Kenny's still alive. Again, I don't know. There's no proof.
Right.
She did send me a photo. Again,
just a picture.
You know what I could save? But yeah, but that doesn't even work. You could save it and then see the timestamp. But she could be.
It could be. What's that?
I trust that Kenny is alive and well.
What's that movie where they prop the guy up in the chair?
A Weekend at Bernie's?
It could be a Weekend at Bernie's situation. We don't know. Weekend at the Sotos, maybe. Oh.
Sorry, Ken and Joanne, for picking on you, but you guys kind of started here breaking out chops. Today we've got two special guests.
Yes,
it is Music Monday, so we're going to close out with our Music Monday guest.
Yes, we will,
and a little comic relief.
Yeah,
we have Jamie Macchia. Oh, Jamie Lynn Homan, who recently got married, of course, and so Jamie, you're going to have to tell us what you really want to be known as these days, because everybody knows you. How they know you. So one, thank you for joining us and popping in and enduring listening to whatever we were just talking about.
No, I love it. That was great. I love Harry running around, and I love the flocking because of everything you guys do for the hospital. But Jamie Lynn Homan, I go by now.
Look at you! Look at you embracing the true marriage life, and
fully changed.
And so Jamie is and correct me if I'm wrong, because you have your title. Your title has changed several times, but you're now the special gifts officer at the Staten University Hospital Northwell Foundation, right?
Yes, special gifts officer for Staten Island University Hospital, part of Northwell Health.
Cool. And so Jamie, we work closely with Jamie through our Bowling Against Breast Cancer campaign and the dollars that we raise that go to the hospital. And we've got a great relationship, and we certainly appreciate what you guys do to help us facilitate that. But, we're in this, before we go talk about this crazy world that we're living in, how are you? You're obviously home. So what are you doing?
Yes, I'm obviously home. This is not an office. We're doing well. My husband, Nick, is a firefighter. So we're kind of on both sides of it. I'm very fortunate to still be working at home and working for the hospital because we have so much going on, obviously, but we're doing well. We're hanging in there.
You're good.
So right now, what are you working on right now?
So right now, obviously, our main focus for the hospital is COVID-19 and what we can do for the emergency response, because, as one of the two hospitals on the island, we obviously have a lot of the patients. And so we need to make sure that we're not only taking care of our community, but our frontline caregivers, because they need our support too. So that's our main focus right now.
Okay.
I think that's Jamie.
So how do you play into that?
Do you have the stream in the background there? Good morning. Good afternoon.
No.
Good evening. Oh no, is that me? Good everything.
Playing it somewhere.
That was me. I had that. It's funny. And so for the reasons we were having issues here, having other windows open, but I had the other window open to share the video, and so I hit pause, but on Facebook videos, it goes to the next
goes.
one. We're sitting here hearing the intro music, and we're like, play button. I didn't know what I did. So I closed that out first, and then Liz is looking at me, asking me if I heard it. And I thought maybe you had it in the background. I didn't, no, that was me.
No, you guys are in my ear. I think we're
Look how nicely she covered up that
Yeah.
headphone.
We you as you're doing this, we learn so much more. So that's got to get added to the things that
We've learned.
Wait, we're gonna come back to. We have to. I should have learned that even yesterday. We were playing some of those Anthony Rodilla, his comedy videos from that posted on Facebook. We were streaming it to the TV so everybody can listen. Well, his language is a little much. And so the kids were hanging around, and I'm not really totally paying attention. But the next video comes on, and it was angry grandma, and she F-bombs everyone. Walk in the kitchen, and they're like staring at the TV. I'm like, oh, but that's exactly what happens. I'm sorry. So going sideways. Go ahead.
No, it's good. See, we all need to learn new technology now. We have no choice.
Imagine if we were using earbuds.
Yeah, no, I can't because they don't fit in my ears. So how would you say Staten Island Hospital is situated as far as PPE?
So right now we're doing well. We're following the CDC guidelines as far as how often to reuse masks and things of that nature, but we are stocked. They're preparing still for whatever surge may come. So that's why we have this fund open so that we can make sure we continue to buy PPE so that if something happens in the future, we're well prepared.
Okay, good. That's good to hear.
What does PPE stand for? PPE.
Personal Protection Equipment, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's another one of those. We've had a lot of these acronyms in the lab. We got the PPP, the PPE.
Yes.
EIDL.
F. What does it? Work from home. So WFH.
Yes.
Until further notice.
UFN. Yeah, I'm so confused. So yeah, it's interesting because you don't know, right? We are assuming that the hospitals are outfit appropriately. And it's concerning when you hear these stories that maybe they're not. And think about the stuff that you're constantly changing, right? We see these videos of nurses being told that they have to keep their protective gear, and then they walk in their homes and like, what do I do? What am I doing with this? Yeah. So it's a little scary. So you guys have just you've launched a new fundraising campaign, and so talk a little bit about that and what you're working on.
So the COVID-19 emergency fund, we have one specifically for Staten Island University Hospital. They actually have one for all of Northwell Health, so you can support any of our hospitals. But what we're really trying to do is raise money for this fund so that not only can we provide PPE, protective equipment, masks and things of that nature, even actually equipment, ventilators, and stuff like that, but we also want to make sure that we're supporting our frontline caregivers, and we're giving them everything that they need, including mental health support, childcare, financial assistance. So this fund really encompasses everything that we're experiencing during this time and all of the things that we want to be able to provide to our clinicians and everyone who is on the front lines. And so what we're doing to make it really easy, because everybody's been reaching out, how can we help, what can we do, and they're kind of just looking for little ways that they can do things, buying meals for our caregivers and things like that. But what they can really do to help right now is to go onto our new peer-to-peer website. It's northwellcovid.com, and you can go on there, you can create your own fundraising page, and you can really help us by garnering support from your friends and family, raising money directly for this fund, and you can dedicate it directly to Staten Island University Hospital, so you know that everything is staying local.
That's great. I think that's a great opportunity because I know that there was a report last week that Staten Island is one of the largest giving boroughs, and I know it's important for Staten Islanders for money to stay locally. So I know that that's an important thing.
Definitely. And we wanted to make sure of that too, because we really are such a giving community. Anytime anything happens, I mean, this is an extreme circumstance and it's not something that we always come across, but anytime anything happens in our community, everyone is rallying around those people to help them. And now that it's affecting everybody, we want to make sure that whatever anybody is doing to help, make sure it stays here.
And do you have plans, obviously, once we get past this initial, what we're going through now, maybe of long-term health care, mental health care for what is probably going to be like PTSD for some workers?
Definitely, and that's actually in place right now. There is a hotline for our clinicians, our frontline caregivers to call, and they can actually access that help right now. It's something that we put in place to make sure, because everybody is experiencing things that they've never experienced before, and they're going to have to find a way to get through that, and we want to make sure that we can help them get through that.
Yeah, I would imagine post. Certainly.
Yeah.
And listen, you think about anybody that puts themselves in that job. One, it takes a very special person to work in those positions. At the same time, they see so much, and so forget about what they've seen before. This is a whole nother element, right? So what's happening? We've heard some horror stories, and I'm assuming everybody's working together to make that good. But it's tough. I can't imagine. Your husband works in the front line, so how do you that hits home for you? So what has that been like?
Definitely. And it's, we see it, and he's experiencing this every day in his normal job. He always is putting his life on the line, as are all of our first responders. And, they're experiencing a lot right now, because as much as we're thinking of our healthcare workers, I'm not sure that they're being thought of as much as our healthcare providers. And so they need the same equipment that our clinicians need. They need the masks. They need to be able to protect themselves, because they're the ones who are being called now, So it's definitely scary for anybody who lives with a first responder, anybody who experiences this on a daily basis. But, everyone's well trained to handle this, and we'll get through it together.
So are you making him take his clothes off outside the house?
Yeah, he does a lot of decon. No, a lot of washing hands. Just make sure every time one of us leaves the house, we're just like, hey, just don't touch your face. Make sure you come home and wash your hands and clean everything. That's all.
Yeah. Well, and that's the toughest for all of us, just because of the way that we're so used to operating on a regular basis. So Captain Rourke is saying hello. Nick works in his firehouse.
Oh, he's hanging out over there watching a movie right now. I told him if he doesn't want to be on it, not to come over, stay over there.
But it's funny. You don't have kids just yet, and the theme here, the kids always seem to find their way in. So they're mom or dad and telling stories while they're at it.
Yeah,
typical kid situation. They totally ignore you until you're on the phone. Nothing else to do. Then they need you at that precise moment.
Luckily, we haven't had to deal with that yet. So it's just the two of us.
You two look like you're certainly enjoying the honeymoon phase, so you should continue to do that as long as you can. The last time we saw Jamie was here. Happened to be celebrating a leap year birthday. And right before all this went down, she was here bowling with her friends and family. So it was nice to see you then, but we certainly miss you.
Yes, I miss you guys. This is at least we get a little face-to-face now, something, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun. It was Nick's mom, actually, her birthday. She's a leap year baby. So yeah, we were over there bowling. We had a great time.
She was excited to celebrate one of her teenage birthdays.
Yeah. Yes, 15.
You don't have to give it away.
She was excited about it. There doesn't get them all every year.
She really was. So tell us, what were you working on prior to all of this? And you guys there are a lot of projects happening at the site here. And I think that it's one of those things we probably take for granted as a hospital unit, but you guys have worked on so much. There's construction happening. What were you working on prior to the pandemic?
Yes. And you know what? It's still being worked on. It's kind of just sitting on the back burner for a second, but we are working on a lot of different projects. We have a full capital campaign happening right now. So we're building a brand new Women and Newborn Center. It's the Grapuso Family Women and Newborn Center, which will house all of our maternity, labor and delivery, our brand new NICU. We're also building a new Florina Cancer Center, which is going to be a complete comprehensive cancer center right here on Staten Island, which is very exciting, and it's still slated to open end of next year. So we're very much looking forward to that. That will have everything needed for our cancer patients on Staten Island, so that they don't have to go into the city for treatment, because there's no reason that they should have to do that. And you know what? We have many other projects happening. South site renovations are going on. Completing our Heart Tower, adding a 4th floor. So there's definitely a lot still happening.
I would imagine this adds another challenge for fundraising.
Yeah.
You know what? It kind of does, but in a sense, it's just shifted fundraising now, because everybody still really wants to give and wants to help. And I think once this passes, which it will pass, everyone is going to continue to work on those other projects, because they're still necessary on the island.
Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely are.
And so now we come out of this, and hopefully it's sooner than later. This campaign is going to live on as long as you can. What's in your thought process? Where are you going to go after this? This fund's going to live. You're going to help people, which will probably be for a long time. But what are you thinking plans after all this takes place?
So with the COVID-19 emergency fund, all of those funds are going to be used as they're needed in the next few months, and they're going to be needed, I think, well past this disease and after it leaves us, because, like we said, it's providing assistance to our frontline caregivers, and they're going to need the assistance well beyond when this leaves the island. So definitely that will continue to stay open. We'll continue to use those funds, and I think it's worth noting that our hospital treats people regardless of their ability to pay. So we do already do a lot of pro bono care during the year, and that's a normal thing for us, and we're doing a lot more of that now. And so, these funds definitely will help us through that as well, and they'll help our caregivers. They'll continue to provide equipment to the hospital, and beyond that, we'll just transition and go back into our other projects that we were working on before.
Are you seeing, is this putting a little bit more stress on the urgent care, on the urgent centers? Do you know?
I don't personally know that. I would assume that it would, because of the stress that we're seeing in the hospital and just the sheer amount of patients that are coming in, but definitely not something that would be my expertise.
I just asked, but maybe just asking. It's tough. So if you had a piece of advice that you would share to someone out there that needs some help, from the hospital perspective, what would you tell them?
That you think is diagnosed?
Yeah, possibly. They think they are, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely would say to look out for all of the symptoms. I mean, we've seen what they are: a low-grade fever, shortness of breath, coughing. These are definitely the main ones. If you have at least 2 of these symptoms, I would definitely call. You can call an urgent care and ask them for their recommendation. Most of the time, if your symptoms are not severe, you're going to be asked to stay home, just so that we can make sure that we keep our hospitals and our beds open for those who really are in dire need of assistance, and just to monitor yourself. If you need to be tested because you're surrounded by a lot of people and you don't want to obviously infect everybody around you, you can be tested. You can make an appointment for the drive-through center, which is staffed by Staten Island University Hospital, but not run by us. But you can make an appointment and go get tested. I just think it's very important to look out for the signs of the virus, because if you think that you have it, the best thing that you can do is quarantine yourself in your house and just monitor yourself, because the best thing that we can do is stop the spread.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say to staff at the hospital, if they were looking for a place to find help, or I know you before you mentioned the hotline too.
Mhm. Yeah, so staff that we have, they actually are receiving an update pretty much every day of new resources available to them and things going on in the hospital. I mean, we're getting messages every day of free coffee in the hospital or meals in the cafeteria. So they're regularly getting these updates, and they'll have all of the information for getting tested, for receiving mental health care, receiving child care, all things of that nature. So it's been really, really great, and it's coming from our administration. So they've been really amazing in this.
Awesome. Hey, we shared the link. So northwellcovid, right, .com?
Yep.
I dropped it in there. So if anybody's interested in learning a little bit more, go check it out. Hey, Jamie, while you've got some folks here, is there anything else you want to share that maybe you haven't gotten a chance to share?
I just think it's so important for everybody on Staten Island to know that Staten Island University Hospital is here for you. We're going to continue to be here for you. We're all working, whether we're on the front lines or working from home. We're all still here and doing everything that we can to help our community. But really, we can't do this without the support of our community. And we're so fortunate to have this borough behind us in everything that we do. And now more than ever, we're caring for your family, your friends, you know, my family, my friends, everybody. So we need everybody's support in this. And I think whatever you can do to help would be greatly appreciated.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
We appreciate you taking the time. Go back to work. And we'll stay in touch, and we'll talk soon.
Good to see you guys.
Same here.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye,
Be
Nick.
well. Be well. She's so sweet.
She really is. She's awesome.
She's a sweet, sweet kid.
And she's no longer a kid now.
She's a kid to me.
And she really is doing great work at the hospital. And
Yes.
so, Jamie, thank you. Hey, I do just for clarity, we got picture proof that it looks like Kenny Soto is A-okay.
That does not mean that could still be a weekend at Bernie's type picture.
I mean, it could be. It really could be, but I don't think it is. It looks pretty solid to me. Where in the background as, you know. But you know, it's right.
They could have sat him in front of the TV.
Joanne could have. She is creative, but I think Kenny might actually be okay.
It could be one of those poster cutouts of him.
And for whatever reason, when it comes up to you guys, you're looking at it sideways. I don't know why, but that's not how it looks for us. So Kevin is saying it might be Photoshopped, but you know, we don't know. I'm going to give Joanne the benefit of the doubt that Kenny is okay.
Let's do that.
Hey, so it's Music Monday, and it wouldn't be a Music Monday without bringing a friend along. And so I have to say, this next guest that we've got, the one and only John Rome, John might actually be the original Facebook Live singer. What do you think, John?
I may be. I gotta be honest with you. I may be. It's something I do to relieve stress when I'm working, and I get a little time in the day to go from store to store. And I'm in my car now, and I do my best work in the car. You know.
But you know, it's funny. We laugh, but we talk about your videos all the time because you're in the car, you're entertaining yourself. I do have a question now. Have you ever gotten pulled over doing this?
Thank God. Don't jinx me.
Don't jinx him.
Well, you know, all the time, John's entertaining his friends and family on Facebook, whether he's live or not. So, which is pretty cool. But that's why we had to have you on. You know what? Everybody heard it right here, folks. John is the first and the original Facebook Live singer.
More breaking news.
Original.
Yep. This is the original. It's not fake news.
Not
That's
fake.
right.
Hey, John, how are you holding up with your kids during this time, and Teresa?
I mean, I'm doing better than she is because I still go to work, but she's cooped up with them all day, and McKenna obviously needs help with her schoolwork more than the other two do. When my son needs to work, I just bring out the wooden spoon like Grandma did. But yeah, it's tough. It's not easy. I mean, I get a little bit of adult contact here and there throughout the days and all. She doesn't really get any, so I feel work for her to do.
Even when you're home, she doesn't have adult contact.
No, that's for sure. I'm the biggest one. You know that.
So we happened to catch your special song that you posted.
Yep.
And we're hoping that you're going to share that with us, and then we'll talk to you a little bit afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, listen, it's always could change here and there because when I do these things, they're on the fly.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we want.
I don't really write them, but I think I kind of remember what I said. So if you want, obviously it's a cappella at this point. There's no music in the background, but we'll be all right.
That's even better.
Oh, it's even better.
Maybe I got you. You guys could be my background, for the. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we're gonna just get right into the verses. No music. Ready?
We're ready.
All right, I'm ready. Here we go. Where it began. There you go. I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Was it a bad, or was it spread on purpose? People debate this all day long. Hands, wash your hands. Don't reach out. Don't touch me. I won't punch you. 6 feet behind.
Da, da, da.
Or you're gonna wish you would.
You would. You would. You would.
I'll make you blind.
Da, da, da.
Or break your arm, we understood. Ready? Look at the night. It doesn't have to be so boring. Let's binge watch a show or two.
3 or 4 or 5.
Skype with your friends. And hit the liquor store, oh yes. We're gonna drink a case or 2.
Or 2, or 3, or 4.
1. Don't touch another one. Don't reach out. Don't touch me. I won't punch you. 6 feet behind.
Da, da, da.
Or you're gonna wish you would.
You would. You would. You would.
I'll make you blind.
Da, da, da.
Break your arm, we understood. I hope so.
Round of applause to the audience. Round of applause.
How do we do?
Oh, you did great, John. Thank you.
The one and only John, ladies and gentlemen. He has not quit his bowling career to sing.
No, I have not.
Just slightly on pause.
We got to get that place back open, so we need this virus gone.
Yep, we definitely do. We definitely do. I mean, I think that I know you left for a little while. You didn't bowl for a little while, but
Yep.
You did come back. And so, what would you think you missed about bowling the most?
100% the people. 100%. Yeah, definitely the people. I mean, listen, I love the competition. I grew up in that bowling alley, right? You guys helped raise me. So that's what it is. It's all the people. It was escape from reality when I first started. I grew up, and then I became, me. And thank God I was pretty decent at it, and I got a little reputation. And but the biggest part of it is the friends and family that I have met and still have over the years.
Yeah, the reputation precedes you, right?
Yeah, I'm a little known over there.
Okay. You know what? You get older, maybe it's not so much a bad thing, huh?
That's right.
No, the only thing that we could hope is that you have the opportunity to see one of your kids be as well known as you are.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If my son would put his mind to things, he'd be way more famous than anything that I ever did. I mean, he's got so much more talent in his little finger than I have, but he just has to get to the point where he puts his heart into everything,
Yeah, well, teenagers are tough. They have to kind of get to things at their own time. So
I wasn't tough, Naz. Come on.
No, you were easy, John. You were easy.
I had the halo and everything.
Yeah, yes, you did. It wasn't shaped like a circle, though.
Oh well, we come in all shapes and sizes, Naz.
Yes, absolutely.
As long as Junior doesn't pick up some of those antics, right? Is that right, Naz?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that happens.
The only thing he's got worse than me is he's a bigger sore loser than I ever was, and that's bad. So,
oh, that's not good. He gets that from his mom, right?
Of course. It's like twins. Remember the good half with Julius? He got all the good stuff, and all the bad comes from his mom,
Teresa, if you are watching today, we apologize.
John, I hope you have
hit.
Car. You may be sleeping in your car after this.
Yes, I will. Hey, today's my little one's birthday, too. McKenna's 8 today.
Oh, happy birthday, McKenna.
Happy birthday, McKenna.
8. Oh, my God.
Yeah, right.
Whoa.
Look in the back. I just went and got her a bike. Look at that.
Oh.
Yep.
Is that a surprise?
Not now.
She doesn't know I got it. I kind of went to look for it, but who knew it was going to be? I had my mask. I did all the right stuff, my mask and my gloves. But a lot of our friends and family members were chipping in all day, sending me Venmo money. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go get it now. I can't wait.
Oh, that's awesome. She can drive it. She can ride around the neighborhood. As long as she's not riding alongside someone.
6 feet away.
That's right. I saw that. She knows that better than anybody.
She appears with him on his other Facebook lives doing some other activity. McKenna does appear and participates in his craziness.
She's very famous in the crazy world. Yep.
She is.
Yeah, she's been on more live than me lately, and you know what? She's learning. You talk about being more famous. She's already more famous than me too. People want her over me.
I don't. Sometimes you may not blame him, right?
Oh, I definitely don't blame him.
Hey, so how did you kind of alluded to it, but really, how did you singing in the car really start? Why?
That was what I was going to ask.
To be honest with you, it really was. It was like a relief from work. I used to do it like now I run multiple locations. When I ran one, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I would get requests from people, and most of the time, half of it is that I'm changing lyrics and making fun of people. So that was always the best part. I mean, I used to do it there in the bar, so we all know about that.
Yeah, yes, we do.
But,
driver's ed too. Driver's ed.
Yeah, exactly. Driver's ed. Right, but it is. It's fun for me. Very fun. I enjoy it. I'm not saying that I'm Botticelli here or whatever, but I can hold my own and I have fun doing it. Most importantly, and then people ask. Now I forget it on Facebook. I get requests all the time. When I take time off, people get mad.
Kevin Rourke had a request from you, so your next one might have to be. And we've heard this many times, but he was looking for "We Didn't Start the Fire." That's one of John's specialties.
That is a specialty. The bar has heard that one probably 200 times.
And Kevin works on karaoke night, so he gets it all.
So you may have to come down on Wednesday once we open back up.
Yep. It's funny the fireman said we not starting the fire, though, right?
That's for sure. You didn't request stroking. He was. We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, well, this is a kid-friendly show, Frankie.
It really depends on the day. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. We really do hope that is a child-friendly show. And then somebody dropped we had a couple bombs dropped over the last couple of episodes. Your friend Jimmy Kane dropped a handful of them.
I've been known to drop a few bombs myself. So
John,
I'm being very good right now.
I do have to say that even though you do poke fun at other people, that your willingness to kind of make fun of yourself and laugh at yourself too makes it easier maybe for people to take it, I think, in a little bit. So, you really honestly don't do it from a hurtful place. You're funny about it. And, I don't think people get insulted. Listen, I've known people that are, brag about, whoa, John Rome mentioned me in his song. I know it sounds a little weird, but yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So.
No, never malicious. I'm one of the softest, hardest people around. I always ask people, like, hey, did you get offended or whatever? Because even when I'm in person, I don't like to joke too much. If I see their face, I stop. Always like that for all my life. You guys know me, so I don't like to make anybody upset ever.
No, you're sensitive. You're a big.
I am. I'm a big sensitive soul.
Not as big as he used to be, though.
No,
that's right.
Skinny John.
That's it.
It's fun each Monday. We're highlighting some music, and there's a theme because it's been our fellow bowlers, which has been pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been able. We still have some lined up too, so it's exciting.
I'd like to hehear Uncle Bobby Fischetti on here. Has he been on?
Oh no, not yet. We're gonna have to get Bob. We might have to get someone to figure out how to use it.
Someone's gonna have to go there 6 feet behind.
But we could get a little Bobby Darin out of.
He's got some voice, that guy.
Sure, he does. Hey, John, where are you off to now? You're headed home, or did you just get home?
I'm technically working still, but
all right. So we won't tell anybody that you work.
I took a little detour. No, only a few thousand people are going to see this.
Nobody knows. I'm
allowed a break because I work 7 days a week. They know too. They see my videos. It's okay.
They play them in the break room.
Yeah.
Too funny. Hey, you go back to work. We appreciate you dropping in with us today.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, and I love all you guys. And I'm watching your stuff. I enjoy it. Have a good day.
You do the same.
Thank
keep
you,
on
John.
keeping on. Keep on entertaining us.
I will.
We'll talk to you soon, John.
Take care.
We got wine coming, by the way. We got wine coming. He's up. He's gone. So we've got a group of friends that do some winemaking. His brother-in-law Keith has rallied the troops. So we've got barrels of wine that
it has been fermenting.
And so John's part of that group. He hasn't. I don't think he. We haven't. It's a cool process because you go You pick out the wine,
grapes, right?
Keith, Tommy, and I went and started the process, and we drank a lot of wine, just tasting it, tasting what we're gonna make.
Yeah.
And then we're going back and forth with everybody, and then you could go and press the grapes bottle, and
it is pretty cool. It's a cool process.
It's fun. Keith tortured. I know Keith's watching. Keith does torture us about it, but you know what? You always need somebody like that to make sure that it happens.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward. This batch of wine should be pretty good.
All right. Well, I expect you to share a bottle.
I will. We're still drinking some of the last vintage that was just, it's just okay.
Yeah.
But we're excited about the new we call it. It's labeled RW, and only if your last name
is an RW,
you're allowed in.
Very clicky.
That was set from the beginning. So when somebody says, "Oh, I'd love to do that,"
no, sorry.
Keith especially go, wait. What's your name?
Right.
No, sorry, you can't join us. You can't.
It's a special little group.
That is special is right.
Yes.
Speaking of special, there's so much happening. And Naz, we have this pretty funny meme of the day. Let's share the meme of the day.
Let's share the meme.
Oh.
Let's share the out of that meme.
Some additional comic relief.
Yes. Anyone else have grandparents do weird stuff that was explained by the fact that they lived through the Depression? We're going to be those grandparents. Well, you're going to be those grandparents.
We're going to be those grandparents.
I'm already a grandparent. Daddy, why is Grandma Clorox wiping the grocery bags? She lived through the COVID, honey. She doesn't talk about it. I actually saw a picture of somebody with an Amazon box with tongs. They were actually carrying it with tongs.
Yeah.
So I haven't quite got to that point yet. But when I do bring the boxes into the house, I leave them in the vestibule of my house, and I'll take out whatever is in the box and leave the box there for a couple of days. The outer box.
Yeah, I probably think I'd be more careful. No, the first couple times, because of all the news that was happening, especially surrounding our Amazon distribution center here.
Right.
I was Lysoling. The first couple, I literally went out there and sprayed it. I'm going, I've now become the crazy person. So now I just open it up. I just whatever. But I'm very careful. It stays in one spot. Take everything out.
Right.
We wipe down some things. But I don't know. I want to hope that just like the rest of us were doing when we were operating, that you're doing the due diligence to make sure on their side. Because then, but then I did see a video of some lady. She, it's almost like she was Steve from Blue's Clues. I just got a package, and she was singing and dancing, but she puts gloves on. She looks out the door, sees the package, she puts the gloves on, goes over to the very specific place in her apartment, puts the box down, and nothing else touches this counter. She opens it. She forgets, and she's so excited because she forget what she ordered from Amazon. Opened it up, and it was a box of cereal. And she went out. She was so excited. The box of cereal with her gloves went into the sink. She washed it into the sink.
So now, wait a second. She picked up the box with her gloves.
The same gloves she touched. And
then she touched it. That's the problem I have with gloves. If you're touching everything with the gloves, then you're just moving it around.
Yeah. I was yelling at her as I was watching the video, but she was very specific.
Well, I can imagine.
I don't want no corona. She kept saying, I don't want no corona. Well, but she's going to get the corona if she doesn't do something about whatever she's doing.
Yes.
But the gloves. So she was touching. Then she wipes the box down. Now, Naz, what do you do with a soggy box of cereal?
You know what? I did see somebody talk about that, is that they took it out of the cereal box, and it comes in that kind of whatever you call that paper, the cellophane plastic. And they took it out.
The noisiest plastic you find, by the way.
They throw the box away.
Okay. All right.
That's not what I do. We don't eat cereal. So, so we don't have that issue.
I'd love to hear what people, can you do us a favor, for those that are watching, can you send that into us? We want to know what you're doing with your packages, your Amazon packages and deliveries that you get.
I'm actually speaking to somebody right now who works at Amazon, so I'm waiting for him to answer me. Okay. I asked them, how are things at Amazon?
Yeah, I don't want to give away.
I'm not giving away anything. I'm not saying.
We don't want it to be. Let's be. Yeah, I don't know. You never know what's happening there. It could
you don't know. Well, they did seem to take the threat pretty seriously. They seem to be. Well, the other thing is that this person is in the watch party, so everybody will know.
Everybody's going to know, right. So hopefully you get a separate message if it's bad.
Hopefully.
No, I think...
But I can only imagine how difficult it must be for an employer that huge to come up with, because it changes so much. First they were only worried about people who were showing symptoms. Right. So as an employer, if somebody comes into work and they're showing symptoms, no, go home.
Right.
Then they became worried about people who showed symptoms previously. Now they're worried about, they're literally worried about everybody, because you could be asymptomatic and be shedding it.
Well, you're
to
carrying,
everyone.
Right?
You're right. You could have it and not have any symptoms. So it's it's difficult because so somebody says that they're not ordering anything.
No.
So that's one thing you can do. But I mean, I know in my house we still have to eat. There's still, things we have to order to. We've cut back, but there's still things that you need that you can't get them. You can't. Yesterday I waited outside a bakery. I didn't wait that long, actually. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't like a usual Easter. But everybody lined up with their masks on.
It looks like a lot of people did pre-order stuff too. So I know, I will say, so far from the bakery perspective, I drove by Alfonso's yesterday in our travels,
yes,
and they have the sidewalk. It looks like
Marked
the sidewalk
off.
is marked.
Yep.
I will say, I talked about the other day about Mark. I think he's got a very small shop, so he's not letting anybody in the shop. But he's got the trays outside the shop.
I
with
believe
your
Cake
names on.
Chef has a similar. What street is that on? Is that
Jewett?
it's by Jewett Avenue, and they have a window because they have a very small place too. And I think you place your order there, and then they get whatever you need. But for those who you're trying to stay in business, either to support your family, to support the community, to keep your employees earning a wage at least, I give them credit.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, things are changing so much. It's, especially a huge company like Amazon. I mean, for them to change around policy is a huge undertaking.
And think about the size of this facility and the rest of them.
Right.
Just and the amount of people. So we do want to know. Share with us at some point. Shoot us a text, a
let us
Facebook
know.
message, a post here. We want to know what you're doing about your packages. The ones that are delivered, Amazon, the mailman. How are you? And the postal service actually put out a note last week and how they're assuring people that they are taking care of the mail that's coming through. But again, it's an unknown. I'd love to hear your story. I really want to know what you guys are doing. If you want to share a photo or a video, go for it.
Yeah, let us know what's going on in the world outside or in your world.
Because we don't really know what's happening.
We don't know. We're in this place, and then I get in my car and I go to my home, and there's so many. It's such a ripple effect that you sometimes until you sit or you're friends with somebody who's involved, like the MTA workers. I have so many friends that work for MTA, work for sanitation. That those MTA workers are on those crowded. Some buses are crowded. The buses are less than the trains, but still, I look at those trains and I see those people that have to commute by train, and I'm like, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
The trains are packed.
Well, I hope they're using masks. And so, Naz, you put out a call for some fabric, and I know that you had gotten some fabric.
That is actually one of my husband's shirts.
Oh, check that out. Oh, so Naz made me a mask. Check this out. I like it.
I crafted it with my own.
Look at
my own
you.
little hands.
We can't really wear them on the show because I don't think you'll be able to hear us. Somebody did allude to that.
I'm gonna pull it
I'm
tight.
just for show, but I like how it goes around the neck.
Not on the ears.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like it. You can wear it, and so thank you, Naz.
As if there are any of our first responders that are watching, or anybody who would like a mask, I would be happy to make it for you.
So
I'll find a way to get it to
Ray's
you.
shirts. How sweet is that?
Yeah, it's a little
sweet.
extra
I
memento.
hope you washed it before you made that.
Yes, you dry clean all the shirts. And then I wash everything, and I wash it all in hot water, so it's like it's pre-shrunk. So
look at you,
yeah,
Sally Homemaker.
I could be Sally Homemaker.
You know,
Thank God for YouTube, because God only knows what I would be doing.
and your new sewing machine.
Right. Love it. Love it.
What kind of sewing machine did you get?
I got a Brother 7000 SI. It sounds fancy. It was super fancy. It's a regular sewing machine. Regular.
Look at you. And it's funny. I've seen other videos where people are opening.
Yeah, that's a second design. I did try another mask that maybe I'll wear tomorrow. That's more shaped. It's it has more steps to
So
it to make
is this
it.
because I have a big head? Is that what you?
That's a better fit for a guy.
No, I think so because I have a big head. You made this one. Is that what happened?
It fits. It
And a big nose.
You're
Look,
not
I got a lot of
wearing it
wire
right.
here.
That's why.
What?
You're not wearing it right.
I know. Yeah, I got it. But it's still.
that one fits men better. The other one is a more fitted mask that it's a little more dainty.
So back to the, you know what? Just back to the packages. Quick. Did you see El Presidente, El Barstool Sports Dave? Have you followed him recently?
No,
So
I
he does.
haven't.
We all know him for his pizza reviews, and of course, we want Dave to come here and
Yes, we
and
do.
do it.
Everybody knows the rules.
one bite at a time. Yet he eats the whole piece of
Of
pizza.
course he does.
But because that's it's never one bite.
Right.
He's been doing. So he was doing frozen pizza reviews, like all the frozen, like because he's quarantined at home. So I don't know if he's going to the supermarket or whatever it is. He's trying all the different frozen pizzas. And I have to say, I somewhat agree with his other rankings. I'm a little, I don't necessarily agree. The frozen pizza one, I'm on target. But recently, he's now accepting. A lot of people watching. I don't know if I want to tell too many people this. People are sending him packages, and he's getting packages every single day. And every night at 8 o'clock or so, he does this
an
unboxing, and it's hours of hundreds of boxes of
What?
crap.
Stuff?
Junk, all sorts of stuff. So somebody told me about this yesterday. We were talking about it. I was kind of laughing. I went on it. You got to go to his Instagram and wherever he's posting.
Have to check that
You
out.
have to check it out. He's gotten some crazy things. He loves crazy things. He's got a keep it pile, a WTF pile, and a complete toss it pile. And so he's got t-shirts and hats, toys of all different kinds. The glitter bombs, they get old really fast because you open up a couple of great now he just throws them aside. But yeah, I really interesting. Really interesting. We're gonna work on something to send him. I just don't know. I have an idea of what we're gonna send him. But it's crazy.
Okay.
But I want you have to see in the background, his posse is cleaning these boxes with wipes and sprays and before he even touches them. And then he jokes about getting the corona from whatever's in the box. But
We'll have to track his temperature daily. Hopefully somebody's keeping track of his temperature.
So if you're looking for tips on how to wash the boxes, you might want to go check out Dave, Barstool Sports.
Yeah, that's
Nez, boxes, hundreds of boxes.
This is what people.
This
is what people do.
Well, they're home now, so of course, and a lot of them they're just ordering it on Amazon. And the silliest thing, and
have
they're
a
sending it to
drop
them.
shipped.
And then you've got businesses sending things like to talk,
Right.
Be creative, be fun. It's fun to. I spent the least amount of time watching those, almost like sitting there through TikTok.
I was gonna say you got me started on the TikTok.
Yeah,
and it's pretty funny. Some of this stuff is funny.
So don't forget, we still want to see. We know you're bowling from home. You're doing some creative things. Tomorrow, I can't grab it now. Tomorrow we'll share. Some guy made this fancy bowling lane, almost like a golf simulator. He's been working on it for like 2-3 years, and he finally obviously was able to do it because he's got nothing else better to do.
Right, he's home.
It's really fancy. It's pretty cool. You could do it.
Another bougie setup. We want
to it's bougie. I want to share it to inspire people, but we want to see what you're doing at home. We've shared some great tips on some drills you can do from professional bowlers and coaches that have been on. So share what you do, and we want to share them here. We really want to pick someone and send off a in-school bowling kit, a carpet bowling lane kit, and shoot those over so you can actually bowl to the best of your ability at home. But we know that you're thinking about us. We know that you're doing it. We want to see it. So the bowling, that is. So share that. Be sure to share that.
Yes. Share it.
It's going to be a fun week here on Live from Rabs.
Yes, it is.
So a little preview tomorrow. We've got the so finally a little change in schedule.
Right.
We're very adaptable to an extent. And then we get hot. We start getting hives when folks say, "Oh, hey, how about this day instead?" But this is no
fly by night
operation.
No. We have booking agents that book these things in.
We should. You know what? We might need an actual booking agent. If anybody's out there and is interested in being a booking agent for Nazareth and IO, we certainly might take you up on it. We don't pay. Right now we don't pay.
No, we don't pay, but look at all the notoriety.
This is not monetized in any fashion. Facebook hasn't allowed us to do that. We don't have time for that anyway. But
must have contacts. Must have contacts.
We got a lot of contacts, and so the upcoming weeks can be great. So tomorrow we're finally going to get some talk about the zoo and the animals. And since we've talked last, there's still some more unknowing about animals and coronavirus and what's happening out there.
Well, it's a little, zoos all of a sudden, between this tiger guy,
Tiger King,
between him and now this corona thing with the tigers. I mean, zoos they're a hot topic. So as you know, we want to bring you the latest in what's going on.
We do.
So be sure to watch it. And there was speaking of what's going on, there was some good news posted this morning by Jim Krakowski. So be sure to watch it.
Yeah. So since you started talking about it, my computer, and so Facebook knows, because I'm no conspiracy theorist. I think we started this in the beginning, but I do believe our devices.
Oh, they are listening.
It's more about catching our actions, so they know what you're searching, and there's a lot of algorithms there. But on my video feed, the first thing that's been popping up is
some good news.
And I like his, handwritten sign.
Yeah. And he does the globe spin at the beginning. It's funny.
He's pretty funny.
He is a funny guy.
He's having a lot of fun with that. Him, and I said it before, but that Anthony Rodia dude, he's funny.
He is funny.
Him and Aunt Zia and Vincenzo, his characters, I pretty much laugh. Yeah. We watched it for a good half hour on the TV yesterday with everyone. So we got a great week ahead. We hope to entertain you. We hope to make you laugh. We've got some music. We have some, I don't know what we're doing today, after today, but it'll be a great week. We know it's going to be a great week.
On Saturday, coming up, we have the first family of bowling. Leslie and Parker Bone will be joining us on Saturday.
And I'm assuming they'll be with the kids.
That would be nice. We see the whole family.
Yeah, and if you watch, and again, seeing it here first, you know how many other people started doing what's going on here? Like, they can't duplicate this.
People that have been guests on this show. I'm leaving out names, but you know who you are. Now, every day when I get up, I see they started a little talk show, or they started a little live feed, which is great, because I think that the more the merrier. We love it. We love that everybody's doing this stuff.
There's so much. The only problem with it, stay away from the 2:00 time frame, because we don't want.
That's it. We don't want anybody on at 2:00.
No 2:00 time frame Eastern. We have a lot of problems here sometimes with feeds, and so just stay away from us. We don't care what you do out
We
there.
may have to put that in our future booking.
Might have to. So our booking agent, make note that anybody that comes on, we might have to have them sign a contract, a non-disclosure agreement. Non-compete.
A non-competition clause. Yes, you must stay away from the 2:00 time slot. But we do have some people. Hopefully, it'll be checking in with us this week.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to checking in with some of our bowlers, which has been great. We've got some bowlers.
Yeah, we had fun with that.
It's gonna be I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
Thursday will be Pam. Thursday will be food from
our weekly check-in with Pam on Thursday. Again, it's ever so changing. This is episode 23 now, so 23 days, and we're still not bored, and we're excited. We've got plenty of people that and now we're getting people that are asking to be on the show. Ratings bonanza. Now, if they have something to sell, now that's something that's got to go in the contract too.
Yeah. We may have to require some sponsorship or something.
We watching Schitt's Creek.
How funny is that?
It's funny.
show?
It's campy, but it's funny. And the last episode we just watched is.
Is it the final? Did you watch?
No. We're still in season 1.
Oh, okay.
Because it can only. It's only so much of it I could watch in one scene. We watched 5 episodes of that, but we were done at that point, and we didn't watch it yesterday. There's the episode. The last one we watched was they got into the makeup business. A friend of them sent the almost like an Avon type thing, and then they set up this little weird party, and of course they've all been there and done that, and just the ego.
I have to tell you that. Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy are probably 2 of the funniest people as two people together. The best movie probably I have. One of my favorite movies is Best in Show. If you have not seen it and you like to laugh, catch it because it's very, very funny. And they've been together for a very long time. I used to watch them on SCTV. They very, very funny. And now Eugene's son plays his son
I
in
think
the
it's
show.
Eugene and his son, Daniel.
Yes. I think his name is Daniel.
They produce the show.
Yes.
Which is, and you could tell he's his son. I mean, the
Oh,
eyebrows,
he looks
the
just
eyebrows
like
give
him.
it away,
Yes,
but he looks
yeah.
just like him.
Very funny.
It's a really interesting cast, and they're so quirky. Even besides, and you look at Eugene Levy, and you look at him, and you go. Some people, depending on how old you are, you look at you think of American Pie, and like, dad that he's got this persona that it's hysterical. It's absolutely hysterical.
Very funny. Very funny.
The only problem that we were watching it in between Ozark, and because of the way the both shows are set up, they're living large. Both families are living large, and then they have to come together and they go to a small town.
Oh, see, I didn't get to that. I only watched one episode of Ozark.
Well, that's how it starts. They both open with the same concept that they're
and
they're both named after the town that they're moving to, Ozark, and of course Schitt's Creek. And they navigate their way in a very similar way. Two totally complete different stories.
Right.
But we were getting the stories confused because of how the families got to there,
and
they were building these relationships and moving forward. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the Netflix binge at the moment. Finished Ozark. You need to watch.
Everybody keeps talking about it. I got through episode 1.
I wanted more.
I'm still trying to get through Mad Men because I got hooked on this stupid show. It's not a stupid show. It's just when you get interested in a show that has 7 seasons, it's a lot to get through, and I can't stop watching it. So I'm up to season 6 now.
Wow!
Can you imagine? Yes.
No, but yes.
Yeah. So yes, hopefully I'll be done with that, and then I will be straight onto Ozark.
Watch it.
Okay.
Watch it. All right. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. Thanks for tuning in with us today.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Naz, we'll be back at this tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Episode 24. It will be Tuesday. Tomorrow will be day 28.
It will be day 28.
Quarantine.
Of quarantine. Can you imagine?
No.
4 weeks.
Nope. And I'm, like I said, it's nice to come here and get a little break.
Yeah.
Get some things done. We'd like to get some more things done. It's just not easy. But we're, sooner than later we'll be back and we'll be bowling before we know it. This will just be a little blur in the background that's happened, and we'll get back at it. We'll all be together. We'll be laughing. We'll have lots of stories that come out of this.
Oh, I can only imagine.
But just don't hug me for the first time you see me.
Yeah. There'll be no more shaking hands, people. I'm sorry, but
Dr. Fauci said shaking hands should never happen at all.
Yeah.
I'm not. See, I don't want to upset anybody, but I'm not a big fan of the shaking hands to begin with. I do. It's a courtesy thing. We were taught that you have to shake hands and a nice firm handshake and all these things. You know what? In this day and age, I've always been. If I give you a pound, please accept the pound. Like just don't put your hand out after I'm
right. Because now you're imposing your will on me.
I don't want to touch you.
Yeah.
And it's not personal.
Yeah.
I just watched you go to the bathroom, not wash your hands or cough into your hand, or when we're bowling, I don't. I like to keep my hands dry. There's a reason.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
we got it.
But no hugging right away. Yeah. I want to hug a lot of people. I get some great hugs during the week.
Yeah.
But hey.
Well, that'll be off limits for a while.
Well, anyway, we hope you enjoy us. We hope that you keep coming back. Keep liking and share our videos. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. The YouTube piece is fairly newer to us, and we want to continue growing that a little bit. So go out there and check us out and let people know that we're here to entertain you. You entertain us. We miss you. I keep saying it. I don't think you really miss us yet because you get to see us.
You get to see us.
But keep texting us. Send us your thoughts. We're always looking for ideas on guests, things that you'd like to see. You guys have shared some great ones, and we're going to take you up on those. So when you get the text or the phone call that we want you here live from Rabs, we don't really let you say no.
No, it's pretty much. So, what time do you want to be on?
Here's the day, and can you make that work?
Right.
And it's always not what time, it's always 2:00. Yes.
But but what time? 2:00, 2:15, 2:30.
We're not really that flexible.
No, we're not.
Oh, well, thank you to Jamie and John for dropping in today. I did share the link from the hospital's fundraising campaign,
Yes.
and to learn more about what's going on at the hospital and how you can help. There's a lot of good information on that website, so go check it out,
Check it out.
northwellcovid.com. It's here in the comments. And John, thanks for taking up the invitation to sing with us and keep entertaining, because we do pay attention. We do see you. We've been watching you. It came up before we came live. We were hysterical laughing watching his video. So,
Yes, we were.
and if you have a talent, you know what? We've got the Music Mondays, but if there's a talent you want to share,
Yes.
hey, we want to hear from our bowling
One that
family.
can be shown on child-friendly TV.
Yeah. And I'm saying this specifically, our bowling family.
Yes.
Right, Uncle Brian? Our bowling family. You are our bowling family, everyone. And so if you have a talent or you want to share something with us, please do. We want to be able to talk to you. So thanks for tuning in. Hey, Naz.
Thank you. That was awesome.
We'll see you tomorrow, 2:00.
Bye.